All right, so we are live. We are live. We are live. We are live. So the Reggae Boys will take on Haiti in their next fixture. uh, Hopefully I'm not glitching. I do hope I'm not glitching. Um, so as the guys coming, guys, please let me know if everything is running smooth. Um, I don't know if everything is running smooth. I don't like how I saw the stream look a while ago. Just let me know if anything's happening. But most definitely, big up people, everyone who's tuning in. People, let me know if this stream is running smoothly. Somebody can fix it. Give me a second. Yeah, I didn't like how that looked a while ago. I definitely didn't like how that looked a while ago. The streamer lag. What stream you had that going with, man? What stream you had really a going with? The sound is clear, but the camera quality is really poor. I don't know what's happening. People, I'm trying to address this issue because I just came live and that's how I saw that the camera quality is so poor. Yes, I don't know what could have caused that. If it's lagging, I would understand that, but it's not lagging. So what is the problem? It's not lagging enough, so I don't know what the problem is. I don't know what the problem is. I actually just... Hopefully it's better now. I'm hoping that it gets better. But anyways, people, thank you very much for tuning in. This won't be a long one because I definitely have to run on the road. Hopefully guys are doing good. Hopefully guys are having a good morning. Actually, I'm having a tired one. I'm having a tired. Young Cryptic, big up. Speech Israelites, big up as well. Big up Mr. Porter Kajorni. Is it Kid Johnny or Kid Johnny? And Javon Harris match today. The only match that's being played today is actually the schoolboy football game. That's the only game that's been played today, actually. And I think I'll be up for that one as well. I would most definitely be up for that one. The reason why I'm here is I want to just inform you guys about the matchup that will be taking place for the Reggae Boys. Apparently, we have now drawn 80 in the next leg, which is the knockout stage, is the group of 16, a round of 16. Most person would have said, and that's what's happening right now. Let me see if I can get it up on the screen so you guys can see how the fixtures outlined. I'm going to give you guys a better look at the fixtures, how it was outlined. And this is not even that top-notch quality, actually. All right. I'm going to go over to screen share so you guys can see what I'm talking about. This is what the fixture looks like, people. Let me take myself out of the way. That's what the fixture looks like. Let me move the banner. So that's how it looks, people. I'm hopefully see it good though. I really hope that you guys are seeing it good. Um, and that's how it's look. Apparently, after we face Haiti, we are likely to face between Mexico and I would say Canada. Well, Canada is not having that great of a not that I'm not that impressed with Canada as it stands. I'm not that impressed as with what Canada is producing as it stands. Just the same as though I'm not impressed with what Jamaica is producing. We can produce a lot more in regards to the result and being competitive from what we have, from what we're seeing right as it stands. But nevertheless, that's how it looks. All right, but you can see how the fixtures situate. That's a huge aspect of how the table looks. As it stands, USA versus Nicaragua, Costa Rica versus Trinidad and Tobago. We have Cuba versus Panama, Honduras versus Curacao, El Salvador versus Dom Rep, Haiti versus Jamaica, Guatemala versus Canada, Mexico versus Puerto Rico. That is how it situates, people. That is how it situates as it stands. Now, the final is basically, it seems as if, so I think USA, it's at USA versus Nicaragua. I think USA so far looks the better team out of most of the other teams. USA likely to defeat Nicaragua, and I think Costa Rica versus Trinidad, that's going to be a tough one. I think that might swing in favor of Costa Rica, I think that swing in favor of Costa Rica. Young Crippet says, hope we can beat 80. They are a formidable team. Yes, they are one of the favorites I would have seen now as the tournaments go along. Mexico is also one of the favorites. I think Mexico, when Mexico drew played against 80, I think they drew. I think Mexico drew with 80 actually. Let me look at the fixtures. The Mexico 80 fixture. Let me see. Was it Mexico 80? Yes. They drew yesterday. Yesterday, of course. Last night, actually. They drew nil-all. They look good. They look good. I'm being honest. They look really good. They look like a team who can cause a lot of problems. Now, as the table stands, in the event that Jamaica defeat 80, strong possibility that we might face. All right, no, we will face either is that Costa Rica. Wait, it was Mexico A team. It was Mexico A team. We will face either Dom Rep or El Salvador. Either one, I do think we can put up a good showing against either one of those teams. We can put up a good showing. It really, really depends on how we approach this game. And based off how the table situates, I think that's actually, it situates kind of nicely. It means that if we win this game, we are into the quarterfinals. We'll be into the quarterfinals facing off against either El Salvador or Dom Rep. We'll be facing either El Salvador or Dom Rep. And in that sense, I do believe that those are two teams that we might be able to match up to. Dante said that wasn't the Mexico's A team, though they rested many players. Must be said, true. But in the same sense, you have to give credit to the 80 team that stood out. They definitely stood out. Military, do you think we can beat 80? It's going to be a tough one because 80 looks real. From my perspective, 80 looks good. They look really, really good. From my perspective, they look really good as it stands. I can't write off Jamaica because of the amount of quality players that we have. It's in our hands, and I won't say that we will get beat up, and I won't say that we'll beat up any team. It boils down to how we approach the game and what is our mission. The next game is actually Sunday. From what I've seen, let me see if I can screen share this. Let me see if I can screen share this, people. This is what is actually on the schedule. So this is the group stages. So the round of 16, we have tomorrow Costa Rica under 20 versus Trinidad under 20. That's 2 p.m. Early game. We have Honduras. We have Cuba versus Panama at 3 p.m. Tomorrow as well. We have Honduras versus Curacao at 4 p.m. We have USA versus Nicaragua at 7:30 p.m. So USA getting the night game. Hold on, I'm going to check the games that USA play and the timings. Because for some reason, like USA is getting some really, really nice timings, man. I don't know what's happening, Anyways, come on to the conspiracy issue. Guatemala played Canada on Sunday. Haiti played Jamaica on Sunday, 5 p.m. El Salvador played Dam Rep, 7:30 p.m. And Mexico played Puerto Rico at 9:30 p.m. So that's how the table sets up, the date sets up. Young Crips, when is on? Oh, just read that. Professional pro clubs, full FIFA. Can we beat Haiti with Pearson? Can we beat Haiti with Pearson? Oh, can't beat Haiti with Pearson. We have other players. We have other players on the bench now. We have other players in the team, So it doesn't really rely on one player. We have other players. King Job said 80 top striker is clinical. Can't remember his name. Mark him out of the game and test their keeper. We can go at it. I would actually go there. I would have definitely gone there with a plan. Balotelli said our defense is our main cause for concern. I think we choose a top-heavy team, not focusing on defenders, especially central defenders. And, for me personally, I don't think our defense is the main problem. I do believe that the midfield is a bigger problem. Is a bigger problem. Once we sort out the midfield, we won't have that major hiccups with the defense. Dante said Jamaica need to play Douglas against Haiti. That midfield with Pearson and Bicknell won't cut it at all. I think you need a bit more steel in the midfield. I do believe you need a bit more steel in the midfield to play against a top Haiti team that is in flying colors. They are going good. Professional pro club said no Duncan McKenzie, no Pearson. Then may have a chance. Start Bicknell with a solid CM. I would start Bicknell beside Blake. I need to get Blake out of the defense. Ricardo Badger said military if Jamaica win versus 80. Me brief. Jason Guna said he has relied on Pearson all tournament though. Does he trust other options? I'm not sure now. And all signals would point to no. All signals would have pointed to no. If it boils down to trust, all signals would have pointed to no. Dante's military defense is an issue in wide areas. Enough to demand them afi a drop Zimenez and put winger in position, or left back and right back get beaten too easily. All right, so let me tell you what's happening, right? Let me tell you something about football, specifically the defensive aspect of football. Now, when you have a team and your forwards, your wide forwards, your attackers, your wingers, I would say, boom down the line and gone right ahead, and there's no balance between your left forward and your left back. When there's no balance, that is where the problem comes in. And if the left forward or the left wing should fully commit, and also the left back overlap, it is now the responsibility of the central midfielder or the central defensive midfielder to fill in that gap from where the left back is at. So if you see the ball is being played into the channel where the left back or the right back should be, it means that the midfielders are not doing their part of the work. That's how football is. That's just how football is. And that's the reason why I said once, if you sort out your midfield, if you have really good midfielders, 90% of the time your defense don't come under any problem. Big up Shaz. Big up Shaz. Balotelli said 80 are a very physical team. Anderson played well in defense, so play him there and put Blake in CDM. I would do that. Blake struggles with physical imposing players and get caught flat-footed. That's true. Wow. Struggle. I've seen him get done once in regards to physical, where the defender basically, the striker basically shrugged him off, the white forward. And scored. He actually scored from that one as well. But he was exposed. He was really exposed. That's the reason I said, sort out your defense. You sort out your defense 90%, the midfield, I should say. You sort out your midfield 90% of the time. Your defense don't look as bad as though they seem. Any team, check out the best teams in the world. Check out their midfield. All the best teams in the world. Let's check out their midfield. Shaz, where go on? All the best teams in the world, people. Check out their midfield. Jason Guna said more than once. Come on, man. How much time? How much time? How much time? Tell me, Jason Guna. If we are playing a 4-3-3, play Bignell and Blake as a double pivot. That double pivot would have to be 4-2-3-1. With Kobe or Mackenzie in front. I would consider that. Tough Rudy, bless up. I would most definitely consider that. Dante said, military, I agree. The mids need to help them, but even the 1v1 duels, they need to win on their own. They struggle with, especially Zimenez. Man, them walk past.
You're not hearing feedback.
No, I'm not hearing feedback. That's all.
Okay. Yeah, I go on that show, you know. I go on big up people.
Yeah, the fixture's out.
No, I know that, but I say big up to the people. We have some more Blake before we come on. What they should Blake?
They must have put Blake in the CDM position. Something I agree with. Yeah.
Yeah, I feel in place that man. But I see something pertain to get caught flat-footed and them something there. I don't lie.
Yeah, somebody said him get caught flat-footed and he struggles with physically imposing player.
We see a couple times where in the Andrews game, where a few players run past him, yes, in the sense that he get caught out. I think it was even for the first goal. He was, even though it was Jimenez at fault in terms of not getting back, but the defender beat him. I think he was too fat-footed. The defender beat him for pace and everything. Even though he's not the fastest. No, it's Mr. Guna. He wasn't the fastest, no. But at the same time, from the angle, from where the defender beat him at, is like
the attacker, the winger.
The winger beat him at. It shouldn't have been so easy in that sense. But nevertheless, a good player.
All right. So this is something I'm looking at, bro. When there's a 1v1, right? One of two things. Most of the attackers use pace to beat their man. Most attackers use pace to beat their man. And 98% of the time, the attackers will be faster than the defenders. 98% of the time. So if the attackers should put the ball around the defender, who has a stronger chance of winning that ball or being in a good position? More than likely the attacker. And then because we were so wide open, that is the reason why attacker could have pushed the ball past Blake and score a goal. We did just too open. The space in between the players and in between players is just too wide. There's too much of a big gap.
You can't. No, as I said, you can't to any defender, brother. You can't to any defender. Any defender from like a man with physicality or even speed, skills, pace. We have to any best of the best in the world. You get me?
Best of the best.
So it's just that, as we say, we would mind him. We don't agree to the point to put him in the midfield. We don't mind. I don't mind.
Because we need somebody who can really put in that. I would say that intelligence of calming the football. Somebody who can dictate the game. In regards to big net pass, keep it simple. But we want somebody who can dictate the game.
Yeah, the game is too fast out of hand, and it's much cool it down for you, man. I want another person there.
And so, for example, the Asian team are a very physical team, right?
Yeah.
We need someone who are in the midfield who can turn down your tempo of the game, keep it cool, don't make you lose. We need that. We need that.
Yeah, a person who don't really give away the ball or lose the ball as well. Likes a person and them person do it on a regular basis.
Somebody create less turnovers, yeah.
Yeah. So we need, if the coach, I don't know if the coach or anybody, I think, I don't know if anybody, the coach use analytic, analysts, like analysts or journalists review of the match.
More than likely use them post analysts. They must that. Most teams
no, not Jamaica. Don't Jamaica man them look at it. They maybe look at it and say, yo, them you tell her they use a level of ignorance if you say, yo, them man don't know about football because you're not a coach or you're not probably you maybe not paid at the highest level. You're like expertise.
No mean nothing.
It's not as you know really you know mean nothing. Because them also say, yo, you watch it from a vantage point and it's totally different from one. But you see the difference in terms of player whenever them play in a certain position or play at a certain level or style. So you can impart that. Look, Mourinho wasn't a professional footballer, like to the full extent, like what most of these coaches around the world are. And one of the biggest coaches in the world.
Most of the coaches are not a professional footballer.
No, them play. So most of them play. Most of
them
at
some level, yeah. I can't even remember what level Arsene Wenger play. I don't even know if he played.
But may I say, we need them people need to look. Sometimes people need to look at these persons who seen the potential in players are weird, and I look at where players that are messing up and them thing there, and just it based on players that are available, brother. Because I mean, if you pick a 23 member squad, it's because you see that person is capable of doing whatever your task at and is given. You get me? I say, and if me as a coach pick a 23 member squad person have probably a pool of 40, it's because if say for example a CDM position, it's because the other CDM is equally in quality to the other person. So I'm not supposed to have a player half full, and because we say, you know, bench is strong enough for me put that. You get me? I say, because you have the options from from 60 to 40 man. You get me? I say, to pick from. So you come down to the best of the best. So there's if the person who is, I said, it would be nerves because I can't base it off him talent. Because we know the talent of the person can, what the person can do talent wise. So we have to say, the nerves of the person.
True.
You have to make a little change in some time, but you can't. You know, consistency is key. But if a player is consistently making mistake, that's not key.
Yeah, that is not, because for me, as much as though I would want to see all players who me like in a team, I most definitely go with players who are performing at a consistent level right now. And it's not me. It's not a matter of grudge or anything. It's just that's just how football is. Football is a very much unfair game. Football is it's a wicked game. It pities no one at all. So that's how it is. I think we must go with consistency. The players who are actually playing consistent enough. And I've seen enough of Tyler Roberts and Chad James to say that both of them should be starting at the same time. They do give us extra dynamics, going forward. Now, on the defensive aspect now, I do believe that both of them are not that solid defensively. So when these guys push forward, we kind of get a little bit exposed. So that is the reason why I emphasize on the importance of having two central defensive midfielders and not just any two who can tackle and put in that work that the midfield would require.
Exactly. So, and this too, this is the next thing we may say. Where may I say, that's the problem. If you notice, another Tyler Roberts and Chad James, for example, you have players like the other players them who start the games. They are not good offensively, and they're equally not good defensively either. right? In the likes of Devante Campbell and even Roberts. Roberts is a regular starter, so yeah, he's a part of both mixture.
Mm-hmm.
But the mere fact say they are good offensively. You need two solid defender, defensive midfield player,
defensive midfielder who can tackle,
who can fit the void whenever it is left open.
Because,
you know what I mean?
You know what it's you know, realize the game. So in the Honduras game, when we watch back the Honduras game, the goals they will concede down on the wing back side because Zimini's bomb forward, and I think Tyler Roberts bomb forward. There's a big gap in between Zimini's and Blake. A huge gap between Zimini's and Blake. And because of that, every ball they play, the Hondurans they play inside of that channel. They play inside of that channel. Remember, say even Rochester. Rochester go pick up a red card, no. Now the same channel now. Rochester is a left back. Cover him.
But even not even to the full extent, because even we even the fullbacks and the wingers them going up the pitch.
Mm-hmm.
The problem is on the other side. So for instance, the left back and the right back, the left back and the left winger is going up the wing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we tend to have the right back we out of position in the sense where it will cost the team. Because I notice
them too high.
Yeah, exactly. If two of them can at the same time.
Exactly.
Whenever the ball turn over the midfield, now, even if a midfield take a field divide after both fullbacks who left them position, you know. The midfield empty as a day born, you know, brother.
So I'm going to bring up the tactics board.
Yeah, so they say if Jimenez go forward, there's no way Rochester Watts whoever play left back supposed to. Them supposed to probably step inside the midfield in a sense. But they give a player the wing to run out more than come through amigo. If the midfielders are covering in a sense. You know, probably how the coach.
People, may I bring up the tactics board so you guys can see me talk about. Want to look on this, right? This is what happened to the Reggae Boyz. So we have a back four. Left back, right back. Now, so we're in the advanced position. This is the right back, gone forward. This is the left back, gone forward as well. So, everybody fully committed. Yes, me understand the importance of creating a 5-lane channel when you attack. Most people who don't know football, the tactical aspect of football, most attacks is created through a 5-lane channel. That is the most dominant attack in the world. Some of the most dominant attack in the world right now. All the top coaches can use. They're attacking a 5 channel. The 5 channels are outside right of the right back, in between the right back and the left back and the left centre back, in between the central zone of the centre back. So it is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So this is the back 4. These are the 5 channels. So this is the back 4. This is the back 4. These are the 5 channels. Look at this. This is 1 in behind here, 2, 3, 4, 5. Those are the 5 channels of attack in modern football. If me a chat foolishness, people in the comment section, please tell me. Me a chat foolishness, please tell me. And if there's a coach in football who is watching right now, please let me know if me a chat some foolishness. No, there's no way we can have, because we go for the 5 channel, we have everybody fully committed, everyone fully committed, leaving just the 2 centre backs. And normally, the centre backs are the slowest. This is what Honduras did. Honduras have some pacey players and just left them in the wide area. Honduras have some pacey players and leave them in the wide area. Defenders kind of stretch a little bit and one drop off. One long ball, either here over a top in a channel or over here in a channel. And guess what I'm doing now? We are scrambled to come back. So this is the attacker with the ball going forward. Rochester coming across, and I think it was Blake coming across a little bit late. In my view, I thought Rochester should have stayed with him. Not necessarily need to tackle. Stay with him and try make him get off in shot.
No, but Guna, yeah, remember the other person was attacking as well, which is the other Underworld player,
Which
So
side
Blake
the middle, right hand side?
Blake,
Blake,
so
Blake
Blake
watch him.
So Blake definitely marshal a person at the same time. And the thing about the attacker itself, Guna, because I forgive. In the mere fact that we're saying a lot about Rochester, we have to give the attacker credit in the sense that you see the challenge coming and he push the ball across the defender.
True.
So the moment him challenge, it's going to lead to a foul or a card. And it happened that Rochester was the last man. People are going to say on a red card but a referee being biased. But
no man, the last man. Last
Rochester
man.
was the last person because Blake was behind the play after that.
He was behind the player as well, true.
Yeah,
last man.
So and the player was very smart in that sense, pushing it across. He didn't choose to go to keep it on his left foot. He tried to put it on his right foot coming time. So he put the ball away from the man and put his foot in direct contact with the tackle. Yeah.
Smart move. Alright. So this is what we should do when we attack. Yes, you want the 5 lanes. So this is what we should do. If the ball is on the right hand side, we attack on the right hand side. So we have Devante Campbell with the ball down the right hand side. Either whoever midfield, Bignell, Pearson, Blake, or Douglas come support. We have a midfielder there. This is what happened. Left centre back go cross. Right centre, next centre back go cross. The right back should come and tuck in to create a tree. Come tuck in, create a tree. Make the job easier. Tuck in, create a tree. Let the job be easier. Versus you press I, and then now this is what happened. 2v2, you always have a 2v2. Go. And if the striker is fast enough, him can stay and one ball over the top, and we done this stuff. Normally the right back and the left back fast, so them can recover. Them have recovery pace. Most right back and left back have good recovery pace. Balotelli said 2 defenders should be able to cover. Blake was way past the semicircle. Blake was out of position. That's not how it is, Balotelli. Just notice, man. Notice not most of the top teams in the world. When them are cover, you don't have all of the fullbacks them fully commit. One slightly stay behind and don't join the attack unless the ball come across team side. And Balotelli, you go check it, go research it for yourself. Go and check it out.
No, but Guna, what I'm saying wrong, but at the same time, is 2 fullback can cover, 2 defender can cover. 2 defender can cover when it's 2 against 1.
2v2? Nah, go work.
2v2 a prep, it can be chaotic. It may work based on the person's ability. The opponent's ability on the bar.
Let me show you something, Blake. Shaz. So they might defend and they leave 2 man up. They leave 2 man wide, right?
Yeah.
They leave 2 man wide. You see tactical board?
And you don't have a midfielder. You see, man. You don't have a midfielder.
And these are your defenders. What would you, so Balotelli, according to you, 2 man supposed to can mark them, right? What would you want your defenders to do in this position? You want them to step out wide and cover 1v1?
Can't do that.
You can't do that. You cannot do that. You cannot do that. The best thing would have happened is right back, respectively, or left back, just back, just enough. And then probably this man's zone. But one of your centre back must be free whilst 2 are keep an eye on the players them. Unless you're going to have your centre back a drop back. And most of the time, the centre back, the CDM, if you say, a drop back. Unless you're going to have a CDM a drop back inside as a centre back. And allow this to go forward. But at the end of the day, what I'm saying is you're still going to have 3 persons around there in the phase of attack. That is what I'm saying. At the end of the day, you will have 3 persons around there during the phase of attack. Balakik said, so MG, our center back need to run a little wide to come back, to cover those flanks. The middle will be open, so now it's a foot race v middle. And you cannot have that. You cannot have your midfield wide open like that.
No, but in most cases, remember Seguna, your back is turned to your goal, And if a speedy player is on the run to you, in your direction, if the ball is on par or in the way it's supposed to be, by you to turn it back, you know. That man the pass there, brother.
Gone. The first thing what you do, you get engage him. You will engage him. You step out to him. And the thing is that you are face him, you know, and him a run at him over time and space. In one shifting right or left, respectively.
I know you're gone. Because you maybe try to turn and drop all on your back.
Exactly. Become a foot race. So and worst case scenario shots, if him fast, you're not a problem.
You're not a problem. And this are the thing that surprised me. Mm-hmm. It surprised me. I mean, I don't know if anybody has seen through the game. Honduras players were very quick. I don't know what them like. It's like them have some runner on the field. The players they weren't any slow players in the Honduras team. Like whenever them have transition at the ball, like when them go forward. Mm-hmm. They have some quick players.
We must declare them specifically use the tactics then because them know a pitch and then just the players say, you go on, counter now. Sit back and counter them.
Yeah.
Sit back and counter them. Travis said, I disagree. Robert should start exchange with James based on the last game. To me, James play better when he comes on, in my opinion. Never played too bad to me still now. Errol McNally said, is there anyone who has the ability of the two you just mentioned? Brought in me the far back, I don't remember. Rodney Privali said, Dantes, this is a team they just put together at the last minute, but the offense can score. I can see them score 2 to 3 goals against Jamaica. That's why I said Jay has to score 3 to 4 goals. And that is something that we are lacking right now. We are lacking goal scorers. We are lacking goals. Despite how we have some good strikers, attackers, we are lacking goals. They are not taking
creativity is the problem, you know.
Midfield.
And this is all cases in Jamaica football, you know, and the men's section of football. I don't know why. Creativity. And it's just because, as Chavis said, the players, them pick the quality players they're supposed to pick.
You'll get that.
We might see a difference, you know what I mean? But people must pick player for merit.
You know, one time I hear Pep Guardiola say his responsibility is to get the players them in the final third. That is his responsibility as a coach. In the final third, boils down to the players' quality.
Exactly, because as them say a goal win game, say the game can done 6-5. Mm-hmm. As long as him a win, a goal win game. So you go sometimes, and the best defense is attack. So if you have an attack where make defender know say yo man, we have to play now. Mm-hmm. You know it go. But the mere fact say yo, each time you give a defender a ball, you strike a ball. Mm-hmm. There is no support in the sense. The team itself will feel comfortable going at you. Understand? Mm-hmm. And I think we notice. You notice the first time Scarlett start. Whenever Scarlett win go play head and win, if him not win it, I have him win it. There weren't anybody like available to support him in that sense. Because a ball over the top from either centre back or from the goalkeeper, and no support. And you can see the same thing in the other game where Clark start. Mm-hmm. You see me? So if we work on the midfielders, like the attacking midfielder, for example, playing the supporting role of the strikers, there's no way a one man I go up against four defenders. Not even say 4 defenders, but 2 centre backs, and most cases the wing back them tuck in so spread so wide in the sense where they now come inside more time. They now go help in terms of attack. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? So we need that from the team in terms of players. Whenever they're doing things, they do it in transition. We're together. Even though we might pick the team that we want, I think the coach has to provide some level of balance because, you know, as I always say, you know, when you look on the team, the on the pitch play, there should not be a huge gap between defense and midfield, or should between midfield and attack. If we want goals, right, Shaz, they want to score some goals, and the coach said you are going. We can bring it to the final third, but in the final third, that was on to a sprinkle of brilliance from you guys. So either you're gonna make a chip pass, this or whatever. Little creativity, use your imagination. For example, like that pass that Big Nell made to Tyler Roberts. That is not
That's not something that is coached. That is just players' instinct. That is just players' natural instinct. That is just a quality players with a quality instinct. Why he picked that pass out? Because most players in that position would have maybe passed it to the right back or passed to the next central. He picked a pass. It's about a 20-yard pass, disseminating the entire defense.
Yeah.
But we're gonna have to see how well we can get the ball to players in dangerous areas. Because in the last game, I see we tried a lot. I not say that we're not trying. We are trying, but it's not working out. Travis Pessoa said my 11 would be Boyce Clark, Blake, Badley Morgan, Anderson, Rochester, Blake a right back, John Wassar, Bicknell, Thomas, Cam, Roberts, right wing, Duncan, left wing, Clark, centre forward, Scarlett, left centre forward. That's like a 3-5-2.
No,
3-5-2 diamond.
Yeah, but if me ever play 1-3-5-2, this one, I not use Blake at right back. In the sense that
I would do 3-5. All right, let me say, all right. Let me go back to it. He said, run it through. Come and ask you, run through.
Blake, 4-4-2 I use.
4-4-2, possible. Blake at right back, he said, right?
Mm-hmm.
Badley Morgan and Anderson. Centre back, Piran. Rochester left back, he said. Midfield, he said, Bicknell at midfield, right?
All in central, yeah.
Yeah, who else? Who else in midfield?
Him say, Thomas.
Attacking midfield, right?
Yeah.
And who else in central?
Him have Duncan. I don't know if that's midfield my player. Him say wing, left wing. So the left side is midfielder. Duncan
on the left side.
Yeah,
is it Kobe Thomas as well?
Yeah, Thomas, yeah.
4-4-2. Has to be a 4-4-2. So one big Nelson in midfield.
Well, according to him, it's a Big Nell and
Thomas, Roberts, Duncan.
Roberts, Duncan and Clark.
Big Nell,
and
Thomas, Roberts, Duncan.
And Scarlett.
Scarlett and Clark.
Yeah.
So Tyler Roberts on the right wing. Duncan on the left wing. Kobe Thomas and Bicknell in the centrals. Okay, so it could be a 4-3-3. 4-3-3. Bicknell at the base. Kobe and Duncan as the attack as the something there.
Scarlett at the wing.
Yeah, it's like my place. Most has to be unless a 4-4-2. Either 4-4-2 or 4-3-3. Let me see if it must comment.
Center forward too, but it's not about pan the wing.
Big up Riches and Royalties. Big up, bro. Thanks for dropping in. So Duncan just to the left. So 4-4-2.
Yeah.
4-4-2.
Yeah, but super chat. Look on the super chat for in person, say.
Oh. Let's see it.
Andrew.
Oh, big up Andrew. Jamaica need to stick with the 3-5-2. We play better. What with the 3-5-2 now, hold a lot more possession, I believe. Big up T-Dog. Agri 4KT said Douglas, Kobe, Blake, Jamaica need to use against Haiti. The midfield, I think the midfield balance is going to be one in which if we can stop the midfield, I think that is where the problem is at. The midfield. That's where the huge problem is at. And if we can get the midfield started, I do think that we have a strong chance of reaping some good results. We just need to start on that midfield. That is where the problem is at. 4-4-2. I'm not a big fan of the 4-4-2 still, you know. I'm not a big fan of the 4-4-2. The reason is that I'm not a fan of 4-4-2. I do think that we need numbers in the midfield. I honestly believe that we need numbers in the midfield. Reason for that, most times, if you want to possess the ball, you're going to need numbers in the midfield and probably reserve 3 at the back. But 4-4-2, customary, old tapper style, you know. And big up Jeremy Miller.
When you say sometimes formation in a game, like probably at this level, magnitude no really spell sense in some sense. In a sense where like, not saying those spell sense of but in a sense where if you have somebody who will take the mantle and try to dictate space. Like for example, in a 4-4-2 formation, whenever we have the ball, for example, Kobe become the attacking midfielder, right? And probably Duncan tuck in a bit more, and the strikers, one of the striker, they're not going to be 20 now in the box at the same time, but one more of a fluent winger. It all depends on where the position of the ball is. So each strikers can either try attack the flanks based on where the ball is, in that sense, and probably Duncan, for example, step up more, and Bignall hold the line in terms of whichever how the play is going. I get me saying. It's all about sometimes. It's all about players' awareness off the ball and when they man the ball. Because in most cases, they say I'll attack right back based on where the ball is. In some cases, based on how the situation is and during the game. So I don't know, but me told you 4-2-2 in terms of even in the sense where you have midfielders playing wing position, like for example, Duncan in this sense playing more of a winger. Based on the players you selected for his team. You only have out and out right winger out there, which is Roberts.
Jeremy Miller said, I give this to Haiti. They are playing better than us, so let us be real. Hopefully the players can step up. What's your thoughts on that? Saying give it to Haiti.
I haven't watched Haiti playing, so I can't assess them based on whatever, but it all comes down to whatever come out and match the end, brother.
No, sometimes, so basically, if we said, it seems as if we said we can put up a fight against Haiti, we are not real. We're not viewing it.
Yeah, but me I said that, yeah, you know, people
that makes sense to me still.
People will give, if you can give your feedback or weaken your mentality in the sense that say you're going up against somebody, no matter what the weight
you lose already.
Or whatever. Yeah, you lose. So if you know say the game there 0-0, brother, and the chances you get a 1-love I that, you know, say you can win the game by doing that.
All right, let me go to a story. And this is all, for me, this is all me get so optimistic. Big up Simplified Cinema. Big up DNA News TV. This is how me get so optimistic in life. When I was in recruit training, right? We do like a boxing thing. The boxing thing is like a show of strength of who really have that vigor and can. Oh, people, guys, may I beg on to smash the like button. Get the like up to 100, please. May I beg on, please. I never remember if you ask. This is what happened, right? In the game, right? In the boxing ring. So I'm going to do boxing so we select individual recruits to box with each other. The person that I get to box is I think it's Moncrief cousin, and he traveled with Moncrief and go box on a regular basis. So he's a street boxer. He start box before him coming in the army, join the army. Me never do boxing before. When me come join the army training, me a house boy, seeing a house schoolwork, bookwork, that is me. That is me. And when them draw me against him, I was at the time 135 pounds. And he was 160 pounds. So you know saying me outclass me already by weight. He outclass me by weight. He outclass me by experience in a boxing.
And probably by height and probably by reach, you don't know.
No,
him reach in terms of boxing.
But him thick man can box.
No, but him can be the same height and him reach. It's more him reach in terms of jabbing.
Bro, the mere fact man a box the road before, man a do street boxing the road before. So when we go in a ring now, bro, me I tell you the truth, brother. He man lick me so till. I one jab go give man a jab on the nose, and man never like it, you know, bro. I man that lick me left, right, and center.
Yeah.
That man is a professional boxer already. Me fight up my heart. And you know how me win? Him knock me out and me win. Technical knockout. He punch on my head back.
So he wasn't a fair. He wasn't a boxing.
Exactly.
We call it rules. In a sense, it wasn't in the rules of boxing.
No, it's not in the rules. Once you punch below the waist belt or head back, you're out.
Of technicality, yeah.
Yeah, but just by technicality. You lose by technicality. And that's how me win. And he's a better boxer than me. And we fight him beat me up. Almost about 2 rounds ago. And most I fight him beat me up. Me throw 2 punches, yes. But him man better than me. I share my power and just will. But him still beat me up at the end of the day. I ain't knock me out, it's just that me win by technical. What I'm saying is this: if you're already going at the fight, telling yourself you can't win, it makes no sense about that fight.
Come out, can't win.
Since that time, I've become so optimistic, That is what taught me that anything in life you do, go in there with full force and full power. It doesn't matter what you believe the outcome will be. Go in it with full force and full power. It's not a matter of being unrealistic. It's a matter of knowing that you are going to give your best despite where you're going up against. You think them top boxers and them man they're going to ring say, bless up. Yeah.
Yes, I'm listening to your conversation, right? And I'm gonna tell you this. I'm not just listening on.
Now you're that person.
Because they're not playing it now. I'm looking at these guys, they're playing better than us.
Agree.
I'm looking at these guys, they're more serious than us.
Agree.
I watch all the game. They're more serious than them. I'm coaching every part of it. You know what I mean? There's no guessing out there. There's no this, there's no that, right? What I'm saying with that is the whole about everything good. These guys are playing ball. I mean, same age group, seeing this, seeing that. This group, being together. They're not afraid. So I'm not just saying, no. I'm not just this guy with my country. No. I'm speaking with facts. I know the Asian team. I'm looking at them.
All right. So hold on.
Yeah.
You're saying you're speaking with facts, and you have already given the game to Haiti, and it hasn't been played yet.
No. I said, from what I'm seeing from Haiti, right? I think that they are better.
I agree.
If I'm supposed to bet right now,
you bet on Haiti.
Haiti.
But
yes, I'm not this guy gonna turn my back on Jamaica. No, I'm not.
Okay.
Then going with facts.
Jeremy, the thing is, the reason why a lot of people misunderstand me is because they believe that I am biased and unrealistic. The truth is that, I would understand if a person believe that way, because with me, I am a very optimistic person. This is how I approach life. It's not over until it is over. I am very, very optimistic. So,
which is true.
I have been through so much things in life on a personal level, on a physical level. Within the army, I have been in firefights and all those aspects. And I have been through it. And I'm like, you don't know what's going to happen until it starts to happen.
Which is true.
But
I can give you a serious life scenario that, because let me tell you something, this goes for everybody. Once you have the shore of Jamaica, life outside is very
you never know.
You go through a lot to achieve what we have to achieve here. Understand? So
exactly.
Where I'm sitting at right now, I'm thankful for God's boy. I'm going to Jamaica because
and
Jamaica gave me the strength.
The question is this now. What if before you started your race, you went in that boy, look like it will work out, You think you'll be where you're at right now?
No.
Okay. Thank you.
To you know, right? From what I've seen,
they are a better team.
And
they are playing better football.
I don't hear no big, I don't see them going through all the crap that we go through, which I don't know, right? Because it is always a struggle for, all that stuff. You know, there's a lot going on for them. But I got to give it to the guys that come out and represent their country and play. You know, everybody I perform from the defense to midfield. Everybody a fire. And these guys have limited resources, right? So I have to give it to them. So that's what I'm saying. I'm not. I have some family members and some friends. I went to Jamaica these 8-0. The better team, they blame the referee, they blame everything, right? I'm not one of those persons, right? If the team don't go, they're gonna say, no, I do hope the team step up. I also heard you said something about the midfield, right? I disagree with you on that one. I do also believe that the strikers has to perform, right?
I agree. We get chances, get many chances.
Yes, we get many chances, and we're not comfortable in front of goal. We're not what you call it, clinical, right? So there's also something that I noticed with us, like a psychological thing. Teams that we think we are better than, we always play good against them. And sometimes we get too complacent, right? And this is what I was trying to explain to some people, right? Do you remember when we got knocked out of the Olympic qualifying by, I think it was the Dominican Republic or Anagati Stadium?
Which year is that?
Well, we have I think I'm whatever it was.
Yeah.
They were not supposed to beat us because, you know, we're going to beat them and we'll beat them, right? I was watching, you know what I mean, some guys talking about, I was listening to somebody say so arrogant the other day saying, how we make team from here to beat, you know, the Caribbean Championship and we at Jamaica. People just talk a whole bunch of crap. Right? People need to pay attention to world soccer. Every country improve.
I agree.
People understand. Every country improve, not because, you know, we have people that come from England. No, I'm not that person. But I'm going to leave you with a note. You is someone that come to the local soccer, right? I don't listen to nobody else, you know what I mean? But you, if I have anything, I ask you because you stand up ground and you know your thing, right? So I come to you. So I believe in you, brother, man. You understand?
Yeah.
So now, don't you in no way are from. I'm just saying what I see. I just think that Haiti is playing much better, more confident in the part.
But the thing is, but the thing, the only part I will never like is when I say, boy, you give it to them already. I just never like that.
If I come off like that, that's arrogant. I don't mean like that.
Yeah.
But if I come off like that, because I'm not that type of person. So if you come off like
that,
that's arrogant. Because you never know, right? You never know. But in terms of what I'm seeing right now, right? Haiti is the better team. If I was supposed to bet at this minute, I would bet for Haiti. But I must say this to you, and this is one thing that I was talking to somebody about the other day. I'm having a panel to discuss this. What I noticed with us sometimes is that teams that we don't really like, you know, like we kind of have a nervous thing against the Mexico and the Costa Rican and them, right? And the US.
Mental stuff. It's mental.
The team, yes, it's a mental thing, right? So I hope. So if we go there and put out a dominant display against Haiti, okay, then my question will be answered. My question will be answered because I don't think because we have guys in Costa Rica and put the ball in the net, and we know how Costa Rica is. I have a Costa Rica that I work with, right? My friends that I work with like international people. I work with Panamanian, Costa Rican, everybody, right? Salvadoran, Mexican, we talk about every day, right? And believe it or not, every single body have a Jamaican in their family, no matter where they come from. Mexico, these are a Jamaican cousin in everybody's family, right? So we talk about on a daily basis. So my only point is though, the mental thing, right? We need to get over that, right? And I never put Jamaica down big man. You understand? Sometimes you know me just speak, you know, you just look on this because I look on these guys play Mexico, and I was like, oh my God. These guys play Mexico like no fear, no nervousness, no nothing, no mental attack.
But you know, that last night game was a Mexico weakened team, right?
I know that. I'm not just looking at this. And that's one of the next thing I always tell people to. I don't matter which team them put out there. I remember the time when we beat our Mexico C team. Do you remember that time?
All right, you know that Trinidad scored 4 goals against them, right?
Yes.
And Trinidad is struggling.
Yes.
So if a Trinidad can breach your defense and score 4 goals, a struggling Trinidad,
Yes.
and we have, I would say that we have a little bit more quality in our team than Trinidad.
Yes, which is true. But even the big man, sometimes not even the quality, it's just for sure.
You know one thing, let me tell you something that I realized watching Haiti play. You see if the game is getting out of hand for them or it's not going their way, they start to get physical, they start to commit a lot of fouls.
That is so true.
If we can use that to advantage, and if they realize that they start to, if they start to get afraid of you, they're going to start sitting off of you. They will start sitting off of you.
Yeah, this is one of the main reasons why I have respect for them. They have less resource than us, right? And then come out and come together.
So we have resources. Right? Jamaica have enough resources.
We know we do. What I'm saying, you this is what I'm trying to explain to you. We don't have nothing, right? And all the stuff that we are going through. They have less than half of what we have. I wouldn't hear about it. That's my whole point.
No, because we don't follow them. They don't have, all right, them have podcasts and them something what we're discussing football. Like how we regularly do. And the Caribbean, Jamaica, the reason why Jamaica is not the capital for the Caribbean, right? Every issue in regards, anywhere you travel right across the world, if you live anywhere in the Caribbean, and you tell them to come from the Caribbean, or you tell them a particular island where you come from the Caribbean, they might ask which part of Jamaica that. For some reason, Jamaica is the representation of the Caribbean. No, in regards to the footballing realm, I'm not saying that Jamaica is the best in the Caribbean, but Jamaica is the most popular country known for football in the Caribbean.
Not just for football, it's freaking popular for everything.
Well, true.
Which is true. That's why I'm not straying from the point. What I'm saying to you is it's a fact that I know. They have less resource than us, right? They have less resource than us. Some of this stuff with the money go through, is worse on us, and it's like it's like immune to them because they already know them not have this, them not have that, right? So for them, that's my only point. That's one of my points that I'm making. That the teams stick together. Now, I said Haiti is going to win. That's just my opinion, right?
No, nothing wrong with that.
A man who wants Jamaica for win, but sometimes when that just comes out, Jamaica. No, I'm not. You know what I'm saying? No, sometimes you have to face back too. Yeah. We're not as good as we are. No, I'm not going to be one man. It's the team good. No. The team needs some help, and this is a good kind of team. It's not good because we're going to play, right? But we just need, and I'm not blaming the coach and everything. It's the resource that we have and all that stuff, right? And so I'm not this guy who's sitting here hitting the team bad. I need them win tomorrow and come out and say you're Jamaica. No. I will still say what I say, and I'm saying right here, I hope they win and I hope they move forward because I do hope this team gives a good showing for the next man from England, the one come, the next young Jamaican player, look up to them and right? Then we get to the quarterfinal and so. So I do want that. So I'm not just looking down, but sometimes you have to speak fact. The team is just not playing well. Front of goal, we're not doing good.
One of the things that we realize, not saying that you do it, I think I've seen it through most of us as fans' eyes. We are viewing the players, specifically young players. The expectations that we have in our head is to see some football that the senior teams or the mature teams are playing. That's what we're expecting to see. We're expecting to see the young players operate as if, like, for example, when I said Blake got done and the defense got done, someone make reference to Van Dijk and Matip. And I didn't answer it because I'm like, you're talking about professionals at the highest level. so we're viewing the players in our eyes. And our eyes is telling us that we should see them playing like this. And the truth is, they're not ready. They're not playing at that level. So, for example, Jamar Clark is playing in the championship, right? When you hear that, your instant mindset is that the slightest opportunity that Jamar Clark gets, he should score it. Jamar Clark should be hitting screamers from 30 yards out because he's a pro. He's a professional. He's one of the professionals on the team playing at a high level. So that's how we're viewing him. But the truth is this: Jamar Clark is 18 years old. That's the truth. He's 18 years old. He's nowhere near the finished product. He's still learning to play as a center forward. He's still learning about himself. He still probably never saw Chevalier here from an arm yet. Just saying that still no.
That perception was out there.
Yeah.
However, there's some under 20, like when you watch Nigeria under 20, right? Them guys understand that. But let's go back to this now. The way, because I don't watch, I'm starting to get back into local football now, because at some point, you just, right? We are here, everybody talking about Pearson and Zimenez and all that, right? I was expecting more from them, but I'm not even gonna go to that. Hello?
Yeah, I'm here, man. I'm here.
So I'm gonna go to this. There was there's a lot of professionals playing in this tournament. The Costa Rica follows them. A few of them playing in the Costa Rican Premier League, right? You have some Mexican playing in the league, and you have some guys from MLS playing for the US, right? You have some guys, you know what I mean, playing themselves. But the thing though, the Jamaican defense, them stood up to the Costa Rican foul, and they did a good job. Costa Rica got a few shots off, yes, but overall, all the guys did good. The goalkeeper, I think, to me, the best player for Jamaica so far is the goalkeeper. I don't think everybody can say what they want. I think the goalkeeper did an exceptional job.
Yeah.
He's outstanding. I'm glad they gave him the captaincy in the last game, which I heard people say he should never play this next guy. You know, but
he should never do what?
There were some people saying that he should never be there. There's a guy that's better than him. I don't know.
Which goalkeeper?
I don't know. You never hear that?
No, nobody can tell. Listen, this is the reason why.
I heard that. That's why I wondered. I was like, everybody says special there. Who the goalkeeper that reached that, so him better than him?
All right.
And I was like,
listen why they can't come to me with certain things, right? I watch schoolboy football, and I have been around the squad. I've been around the under 20 squad for a long while. From the first session kickoff, I've been around the squad. And I can say, with credibility, I do know the level of the keepers that are there. I do know the best of the keepers that have passed through. And I can say that only one keeper that is not there, in which I believe could have been there and can do the job, is the one from Dintil and called Asher Hutchinson, who came in the squad. He's the only other keeper. All right, there's another keeper there now in Watson, then called Breadback. A very good keeper, but Boyce Clark is ahead of him.
yeah. Well, I'm impressed with this keeper. I was
He's a very good keeper, man. He's a talent keeper.
The keeper we have right now, I like him. He's going to get a contract with some place, man. I mean,
He plays for Reading. He plays for Reading.
Good.
Yeah.
The goalkeeper?
Yeah, he plays for Reading.
Oh, okay. I thought he was local.
No, it's not local. He plays for Reading.
Okay. But I was watching him in distribution. He's good. He was saying him towards almost, you know what I mean? Up on midfield. In my talk and in my yelling and my screaming, I said, wow, this is a goalkeeper.
Yeah.
Right? So you have a bunch of people that's why I'm asking when you come on to local football and this thing, right? I tell you because you're underground and you know where you are. Right? So when you come out and me ask you some question about this and about that, because you underground and you see where I go on and you know, you understand? He's a Waterhouse man.
Oh, me?
Right?
No. No. I put my 90% support.
Oh, okay.
No, me talk about every team highly, man. Me talk about all the teams highly. Me respect. Let me tell you something with me, you know. I respect every footballer at every single level, from the youth level up straight up to the senior team. I respect for them. You know the reason why I do that? No one knows the training they put in. I was a farmer footballer and never reached the level where them reach. I mean, know what it takes to reach at that level. I know how hard it is to work to reach at that level. So I'm playing from under 13, come straight up. And I know what it takes to play at that level. And I didn't have it to play at that level. So many people are talking and abusing and disrespecting. They're not there because they don't have what it takes. So you have to be some of the time be cautious of how you do things. Not saying that you should not criticize the players, not saying that. But there's no need to discourage and disrespect.
Let me ask you a honest question. I remember, back in the days, You know, we used to walk over complex and watch game on Sunday. You know, it was exciting. You go across and watch game when you're done. You walk home and eat your Sunday dinner, right? And the level that, in my days, it was Bible time, right?
Long time, that man.
Prince of Rain, Prince of Rain, Katula, you know.
Long time back.
You know, the man they have big head, you know, Eugene Williams, and then you know the ranks come through from Charleston to come over. You understand? You have, you have Catchwell King. You know, it was like Charleston just come over afterward, right?
Yeah.
But how is the level of play now after what you call it, Premier League in Jamaica? I remember one time the standard dropped. Because I remember one time this Fox Soccer, then we used to carry it on a Monday night. It was so embarrassing. The field and the level of play that they stopped. After 2 weeks, they stopped.
All right. So a game played last night between Arnett and Aberview. I would advise you to go on Sportsmax. I think it's available. Download the Sportsmax app. You watch the first leg?
I watched the first leg.
And was it exciting to you? It was okay.
Getting to know the players because, you know, I'm on it, man.
Yeah.
Right? I was getting to know the players. You know what I mean? I was getting to know the players back again.
I would want you to watch the game that they played last night. Very, very exciting football game. Yeah, man. Watch it, man. All right, no problem. All right.
In your opinion, this is the last question. In your opinion, the last 2 to 3 years, have you seen improvements?
With Jamaican football, because of the lack of finance, I do think that some of the better players tend to leave because of lack of finances. Now, in regards to talent, I have seen the league with a lot more talented players than what we're seeing right now. But in regards to the understanding of football, the tactical aspect of football, all those things have significantly improved. You're seeing one team playing 3 different formations in one game, 3 different systems in one game. You didn't have that back then. Most teams come out 4-4-2, boom, go play some ball, run and kick. No, you watch JPL right now, ball play on the ground. No, long kick, man. Ball play on the ground. Man play ball, man pass around ball. Team hold possession. Monday night gone, watch Calvary versus Mount Pleasant. The game boring because both teams are trying to hold possession next. So just 2 teams that try to keep possession of the ball. I try to wear on each other. Yeah, so not saying that it's not a quality game, just saying that it was boring because of the possession play. And then it go to any game like 50-40% possession because it balance out. A lot of passes. One game, no, Anila game done. How many shots and goals? Quite a few, man. Like each team have about 6 or 7 shots. So you see a little bit of that. But it is low enough. It is low enough, but because of the 2 teams of how they play high possession football.
To play possession football.
Yes. You're not gonna get that. Probably need to check. Probably need to follow Instagram. Instagram do a lot more updating on the local league than even the channel.
I'm gonna go and do that. But first, I'm gonna watch the game and then tomorrow I'm gonna talk back to you.
All right, no problem. Big up.
Respect the goal.
Yeah. Kevin Williams said, if them dash the Paul Hall, we go back to kick and hope and kick and run again. If them dash the Paul Hall, that would be one of the worst in Jamaica I could ever do in a long, long while. In my perspective, I view Paul Hall. Many people might not like Paul Hall, but let me tell you something that I'm looking at. I'm looking at the bigger picture. With Paul Hall, what most don't know is this: Paul Hall is not here to fix the Reggae Boys. Paul Hall is here to fix Jamaican football. Paul Hall's aim is to fix Jamaican football, and I am on board with that. The only person right now, the only thing in front of Jamaican football progressing through Paul Hall is the JFF. Them are the problem. JFF is a major, major problem. They stand in between Jamaica football taking a next step, going into a next dimension, just the same as the youth team right now. You know what? You guys wouldn't even believe the amount of backroom issues with the young team, the under 20 team face. The amount of backroom issues. Under the carpet is not being mentioned. Because certain things cannot be said over TV. Certain things cannot be said. Jeremy and Calvin said Jamaica is the only team that played the ball back a lot. That's not good for them. The number 18 is really good. Ball kick. How comes we can't put 5 passes together yet we have 60% possession in Honduras game? Exactly. That don't make no sense. That don't make no sense. 60% possession. Even check out the other game. We had a lot of possession as well. Kevin Williams said, Dre, anyone else just posted that Donovan Ricketts is the new senior Reggae Boyz head coach. No, I Reggae Boyz head coach, man. Ricketts get the head coach job role at a club. At a club. I know Reggae Boyz, man. Reggae Boyz. Yeah, I think you should listen to it first now, Kevin, before just reading the title. Espada Afterlife, what go on?
No, you hear me?
Yeah, Lord, don't know like.
Hold on.
Probably a earphone having something the right time, though.
Yeah, man, I'm having an earphone. Yeah, you better now?
That good, no? That good. What go on? What do you think about the team so far?
A good team we have still, Is it? But you see, the biggest problem we have are with the coaching and how we must set up them team, is it? Mm-hmm. Because, as you can see clearly, you have a big hole in our midfield with the defensive part, is it? Your side go forward, but you don't have nobody if you sit down in front of the defense to be the shield, is it? So, the coaches say, when your team press forward, your forward your forward line of defense go forward, is it? A big hole left there, because defensive midfielder if you sit down there, so if you sit down there in front of the defense again, you see it? So you have 5 man come at you. You see it? I go at the back line now. You see what I say? Your back line go spread thin. You see it? Them are going to push the ball to one side, then push it back to the other side, where them are going to have the space to work. You see what I say? Where they have the extra defender, with that defensive midfielder. You see it? You do it, map up job this up. Him not there for it. You see it?
Yeah, man. Why? When I look on it now, I as I said, still me agree with you. Speech is like no good. I'm not seeing no JPL footballer play again. For the past 8 years or so, this is the worst quality that I've seen. Well, if you say that in a speech, the thing about it in a speech, you say it's the worst you have ever seen. But persons who are in and around the JPL, coaches, players, pundits, I'm not talking about me, pundits, persons who are watching it for years, the commentators who are doing commentary for years are saying that this is one of the better seasons as a product. The JPL has looked as a product.
Cool, I'm going to say something. All right. You see the type of football where you might expect, where I see tackles are fly, ball a chip over the top, man do, I dribble the ball, I go through. You see what I say? But the type of football we explained a while ago, it's passing type of football where you see players less time on the ball, you see it, quick move, 1-2, you see it, I try getting an attacking third. You see what I say? The football, evolving at that because that take over. You see it? Look on Waterhouse when Waterhouse and Cavalier when they got the Concacaf tournament. That type of football they catch them man. You see it? Because if you remember, you feel more bigger, so you have more room for work, You see what I say? And look on the fields them out here. What I feel them out here have actually at the actual FIFA size. But look on the type of field them are length, but you see width. You see without feel them not that wide, man. You see it. Look on majority I feel them reach required length. You know what? I think one of the things them what a lot of people don't know is the camera angle. It plays a big role in how it exposes. You tell me go a majority of them feeling, and I can tell about them feeling. Because you say I'll choose Joes, don't I choose Joes. I go down and choose Joes to play. You see? When you go down and play? I used to play D2 for Spring Village.
Okay.
You see it?
Mm-hmm.
Because a majority of them feel they go play. You know. You see what I say? You see, look on majority of international field them. Look on the width of them. It don't matter what camera angle them are show them at. They're wide. You see it?
So what that's about the national stadium? I think national stadium feels small.
You know small. Me go a national stadium field, you know, you see it.
You
But
know,
see
say that
width,
is the actual regulated FIFA size.
yeah, but majority of them wide than that. Look at Manchester United Stadium, them and look at
No, you
the
know,
bigger
no,
stadium, them.
you know that no pitch cannot pass the regulated FIFA size.
Me say look at the field, the military.
But that's what I tell you. So when you look on, you see the camera angle, it plays a lot. All right, you see, no field cannot pass the regulated FIFA standard. None whatsoever. None of field. So no matter how big the stadium look, the field can't pass the FIFA standard. If stadium could have been called 10, 50 million fans tonight, it cannot pass the regulated FIFA standard.
Me understand
Every
still,
pitch reckon that. I think how much? Can't remember. Mostly 110 yards in length and 90 yards in width. No. People don't quote me. I don't remember. All right. So in regards to what I said with the U team and the setup, I agree that's a big problem. The gap in between each part, the gap in between the defense and the attack, the gap in between the midfield and the defense. For progressive ball from the defense to the midfield, from the midfield to the attack, we are lacking in that area. So we cannot defend or we cannot attack, but yet still the striker is 1 mile away from the midfielder. That shouldn't be a problem. One thing I like about with the availability of Jamar Clark is this. In regards to Jamar Clark, he's a person where he is always in the 18-yard box. He's always available inside the 18-yard box. So that's a positive, which means that even if we want to get a crossing, he will be there.
But when I look on it, military, you see, when I look on it, in the box, you know, you see it, but are the crosses coming in to get it, latch on to them?
We not utilize that. In tall and physically imposing, but we not utilize that. That's something.
You match against Union, they know, or lose 5-0, you know. I will get the first opportunity, you know, and I cross my boy swing cross and he miss it there, you know. You see it? If you get
Jamar Clark get a few opportunities in the game there, right?
You see, if you get 2 more chances like that, I feel like you're not scoring, you know. You see it? But they're limited. You see what I say? Honduras do a thing like this. They suck in first. You see it? Make you attack them. You want your team come forward. You have got left spaces behind. You see it? As the person that I said before, they realize, they realize they have pacey players. Players with a lot of pace. You see it? You utilize them pace to their advantage. Then catch a one-on-one where they know so them good one-on-one. You see it? Boom, in comes a bomb, in carry down the line, in beat a defender. The first thing I look for, if anybody around him. That's the first thing I look for. If he can't switch play. If he can't switch play, he go directly to goal. You see it? And that the coach basically to Jamaica to Fuzzy, you know. You realize, Fuzzy team go high. You see it? So he use that the advantage. Every time Jamaica push high, opportunity create. You have to run, the defender have to run back attacker. I try catch him. You see it? And that's why my boy get the red card, you know. Time I run down the attacker. You realize, he's not going to be able to catch him, so kick him down. You see it? You see, if him did approach the player from the attacker approach him, he have a better opportunity. You see it? Because he can jack if time if players get back. You see it? But me catch a running back, you are run go to my goal. You see it? Me have it is going to be a big problem right there because a 2 option me have. You see me not catch you, me have to kick it down. You see it? If me not catch you, me have to kick it down because there's a direct opportunity to my goal right now. You see it? And it can be 2 outcomes. The keeper can save it or you can score. You see it? And me not go allow you to reach to my keeper. So I go kick it down. You see what I say? You will play. Say that, say.
No, man, I hear me. I listen to me.
I say the way we play the football, is it? We have position our ball, but how we have a position our ball? We are passing from the left side to the right side, the left side to the right side, the left side to the right side, the left side to the right side. You see it? And we now pass it from the left side to the right side, we force it back down to in a full half or so. You see it? And we start back over again. Put it to the left, put it to the right, put it to the left, put it to the right, put it to the left, put it to the right. You can't find no probe go through. No other call you know. You find that ball did it. You see it? Because we are knocking ball from the left to right, and then they put it back down to the back line. Left to right, put it back down to the back line.
So there's no penetrative pass?
No. You see, only time you get penetration, and when the player then take you upon themselves for dribble the ball, go inside, and majority of the time they lose it. Look on the game, man. Only time we look like we got to goal, and when somebody take you upon the head, you know, I say, all right, the left side and the right side thing now work, you know. Me I go try force the ball through myself.
Oh. So Everton said the length, so you get the information. The length touchline has to be minimum 90 meters and maximum 120 meters. The width goal line has to be minimum 45 meters, that are 50 yards, and maximum 90 meters, that's 100 yards. So 130 yards and 100 yards is the maximum. The truth is that not many of the fields utilize the maximum. But what they do on the international stage, like for example, like some of those big fields like the Emirates and all those places, they try to use the maximum. What that does is give the players the opportunity to play at maybe 100%. So the smaller pitch be, you know, so you're gonna have less fitness. You're gonna have less fitness. You're gonna have a fitness according to your pitch. You're gonna have your pitch fitness. Not saying that.
Well, let us catch you play them, man.
So when time we players then go touch power and pitch or probably like the maximum width and length, yeah, man bust in the first 15 minutes. Because they must say blouse and skirt the picture big. Because them all
knock the ball power
above minimum. They work with the barely above minimum.
Look at the military. The man then catch you. I'm going to think the man then do. The man then realize yo, me have a feel for use. The man then use the ball. Make you chase the ball the whole game. You see it? One touch and in gone left you. One touch and in gone left you. Move it to space. If you take two and in gone left you. You see it? You run down the game the whole time. Look at when you catch teams where up to full level. What we do? We would make a ball do work. One touch and we gone left you.
Simple as that.
You see it? One touch and we gone left you. You see what I say? I see everything I catch you, you know. The moment, alright, you're there, a ground zero. You see it? And I beat everybody at ground zero. You see them when they tip up to go level 1. I fire you go face a level 1, you know, because you're not used to level 1, you know, man. You see it? The team them when they are level 1 used to level 1, you know, man. You're not used to it, you know, you're newcomer, you know. Look at the teams them we're going in a English Premier League. You know, come on. The first part of the table, they're flying. You see it? I see moment. You reach the middle part and the big man they say, all right, you're a motive at time. If you step up the pace pan then little boy, you know. I went in there. I laugh, I buckle for down on the bottom of my table. You see it? Because they're not used to it.
That's true.
They're not used to it.
And it come like with us out, come like at that point in time we kinda out with them in that aspect.
Hold on the military. Me say something about the Mexico game and the attacking part of the game. Look at when Antonio come off I feel. We done 10 man. We done 1 man, I should say. Antonio come off. You know that create? How about that create, you know? At the time the Mexico start push out to, you know.
Yeah, because they no longer have no threat. There's no more threat.
The goal, Iman where they fear most. Look at when Inimus announce Antonio come. Everybody are prepared for Antonio.
My train run Antonio. Yeah, Mr.
Everybody are prepared for Antonio. Everybody are prepared for Antonio.
People in the comment section, may I be going to get like if it up to 100 likes now, please? I mean, I can't remember if you ask feet, so may I ask you guys, bring the like up to just 2 more likes. Just 2 more likes, and that's it. Just 2 more likes, and that is it. All right, so we're going an hour and a half on the show now. We have to go about 10 more minutes. So if anybody wants to call, can call if it lasts 10 minutes.
Yeah, that's me I say. Everybody are prepared for Antonio, you see it? Look where man do running there. The man do US. The US defender they realize yo, we can't manage this man in a better. Someone it's a handful in a better. You see it? The man comes up bam, 1 touch, kill him. half balance, and the next touch do what? Kick in the back in it.
Yeah. But remember, so most of the goals them we score now are just individual brilliance still now. So it's not like that we really work the ball. All right. So for example, with Paul Hall now, I understand that him just bringing a new system in play. So for example, because Mr. Arsenal man, and I saw what happened during the transitional phase under Arteta, we still in a transitional phase. We not get whole pa beaten. We not get whole pa beaten. But gradually, you saw the players them doing the right thing. You saw the players try to do what he want them to do over a time period until they start to get it right. Now, after they start get it right, now you realize that, hey, you can't do it, let me get rid of you. You can't come for now. You can sit here, you can do a little something. You can come for now, cancel. So, even the youth team, I would say this is one of the best youth team on paper we have assembled.
Well, that's
both the senior team and the junior team, this is actually a golden generation for both senior and junior team. The players that we have going forward, what we have at this moment going forward, and potentially some players that are potentially to come in same way, I can tell you, we are now in the phase of a golden generation.
But military, I can say something. Mm-hmm. All right, you have a golden generation, yes, you see it. But you know, have a leaders to lead the golden generation. You see it. You can't have goal over this, you know. But who are combining?
Exactly. Now, the worst part about it is this, you know. In our golden generation, or maybe the transitional phase, or maybe our transitional phase, the worst part about it is that JFF is still at the helm under this regime, which most of us would have said that we can't see football progressing like that. Because if you look at it, you know, I did a video the other day, you know. I don't think the video reached 1,000 views, stating that Dalton Wint is still in position. You know why? That is still there, not him getting up, because nobody business about it again. So the things then that should be going viral for the betterment of Jamaica can't now go viral. Nobody no one see, nobody no business with it. But guess what? No, make one little mix up arguments that go on, or somebody say somebody no good or something like that. Right away, it gone viral. But the things what should uplift the football, it not go viral. It not go viral.
Right, I'm gonna tell you too, military. You see people, more while people tired of one situation in there, see it, and then tell them it's just like what you said. Decide they say, oh, you're optimistic. You have certain people that say, oh, we not gonna work out, you know. You see it. Say, we can't get rid of them, you know. You see what I say? And then they stuck with that the mindset in their mind, and I say, oh, we can't get rid of him, you know. You see it, here to stay, you know. And you see, if you push towards what you want, you can achieve what you want. As I say, you see it, but people, they have this mindset of them, I say, oh, we can't get rid of him, we can't come out, you see it. They love it. You see what I say? They know about the fight. You see it.
Why? I feel like that traffic for you long now. It's rough, you know, it's rough. Because, but at the end of the day, still, for me, I do think I still have a duty to ensure that Jamaica football or Jamaica people know what is happening. My stronger belief that we need to make people know what go on. Alright, so who asked you the number? See the number there now. WhatsApp. The reason I say WhatsApp because most people would have definitely I would say why do we throw around the phrase golden generation so casually? All right, let me tell you why. It's not a matter of throwing around casually. It's not a matter of throwing it around casually. If you look at it this way, in football, right? Every team are going to go through a phase where they might get a bunch of players, top quality players, and it boils down to what they do with those players. If it's a case in which, like what's happening right now, when you look on paper, the names that we have on paper, if you look at the names that we have on paper, you would definitely say that these are some top names in the footballing world. And potentially some top players to come in the footballing world. You can't say that we have seen a time period where we have seen names on paper as big as this. So if you want to utilize it, the term or the frame golden generation, it would have to be now when you can say that on paper, these are the players that we have. If I should, you know me, I do want to start to let me show you something. Because since you say me a throw on golden generation, casually or
military, hold on the military. Alright. If I look coming down the line down the years, you know, is it? You have full of them, is it? You have Gardner them. Is it what I say? Out of them generation, they call for them generation and golden generation too. Is it? Coming down the line again. You have I boy drop out of the name again, man. I remember my name. That the striker. Where did you drop out of there? King.
Oh.
You have King, and then you have
Marlon King, yes,
yeah, man.
Oh. Where's Sam to Marlon King?
You have Bill the Monday. You see it? I come over. That I call now. We are built up to know what power there. You see it? Where you get the Antonio them, you get the Roof them. You see it? A better quality from what you did have before, you know. You see it? We are come up from subpar quality to internet, you call it now, world class quality then. You see it? We can judge amongst the best in our world. You see it?
Yeah.
Right now, it generate right now, what we have right now compared to what we did have before. We did have players with top quality, you know, but not like now. Not like no at all. Because you have 1 and 2 top quality players in a national program, yes. You see it? As we tell like Ricardo Fuller and Billy Gardner them. You see what I say? And where the name of the where's Morgan them on them Monday, you see it? But one of them Monday you might be have 1 and 2 of them on the night team. You see it? But right now you have a picker a little right now where you can go in a Premier League, you can draw 1 6 and 7 player. Out of English Premier League. Right now.
Yeah, tell you. We can just go pick them because they and ready. Let's try. Me can't find Latibody here. Right back. Give me the best right back we can find right now. What ready for commit, ready for play.
Best right back.
Yeah.
What? Yeah, would I use that my boy still, you know? Javan, bro. Javian.
No, man.
I use him back, man. Yeah, I'm telling me I use him back. It's a Javian, bro. Enough people realize, you know. In different papa, you know. You see it, but you see a person where they in a central defense with him. That a king. You see a king, I go forward. 2 of them I go forward 1 time, you know. You see it? So 2 of them I got beaten 1 time, you know. You see what I say? When Javian he go forward and King to stay, King now stay. You see it? Look on the Canada match. And that's why Canada score so much, you know. And look this side of them I go on. This side of them realize here with 2 defender them we are play this side there. More attacking minded. You see it? The coach realized that, and the coach the whole game that they win them I go through, that the channel them I go through. And in 1 ball him play right in behind the 2 of them. Right in behind the 2 of them. You see it, and the player in front of them and he latch on the ball. Right in behind the 2 of them. You see it?
Left winger. More left winger.
Jamal Low.
Low over Reed, over Bobby.
Potentially, yeah. In some sense, but Jamal Low a better career in Jamaica than Reed.
Where's that on the right?
Bailey me up on the right.
No, I put Bailey on the right.
Bailey is a right winger, brother. Cut inside on the left foot and shoot. More right is a left footer, but he's more effective on the right. But his question is now, well, Grant over what be the name? Cousins.
Yeah, man. Cousins never did give me nothing at all out here.
No, let's just say, what is so? This is what? Is that team where you don't want or what?
Look on the team. Yeah. If we feel the team, you feel like the team can do nothing good. If we have the team in the Nation League, you think we'd have struggle like we struggle?
No.
I have it in a record qualifier.
If Mr. King put King in that position yourself.
So we have it in a record qualifier.
Eh?
If we have it in a record qualifier.
Let me put King there, so. You tell me say this is not one good we could even use Aaron.
They feel like they're not start King over Damian Lowe?
No, the reason I use King, you know, as in, alright. So in every position are people where I go forward. Alright, them not use Damian Lowe. Between Damian Lowe or Maps. Between Damian Lowe and Maps. Any one of them. But we just put King there in. We just I'm Maps there. In the same sense, if we have this team in the Gold Cup, in the Nation League, where do you think this a team can do in the Nation League?
I'll be a winnings one. Be a winning.
Panny bench, so panny bench we're gonna have Javian. We're gonna have Javian Brown panny bench. Nathan Ferguson, not Nathan Ferguson, Rolando Aarons, Lottie Bodier. Alright, me know who me I go put over there. So me put Mario Hutchinson over there.
No man, you get to the control, man. Take out where do? Take out
why me have to take him out? You figure same play for we? You figure same play match for we?
No, but me I say you have so much players who were above the level of Mario Hutchinson right now, currently. So you can't. Even Fleming's probably in terms of performances above him. So you can't say likes of Bobby Reed, Damalo, Flemings, and them.
TikTok said Javian Brown, Jamal Tope, Talbot, and Owls are better defense than this current group.
What?
I wish.
Which defense matter about?
Me don't know. Good question. Good question. I don't know which defense matter about.
So better on this defense you have, man.
And the defense don't have up here talk TikTok. Why I don't know which can walk in a pinnock shoes still no. I tell you the truth. I don't know which them. But me I say, in the event we feel a team like this in the Nation League. So even me take out Hutchinson and put back in Lowe. Because Lowe is ahead of the truth is my ahead of Hutchinson. Hutchinson still have some years to catch up to Lowe. Yes, he might play for Arsenal and stuff, but in regards to ready right now, yeah. Jamal Lowe. Yeah, Shaz, you don't believe that this team we are looking right now couldn't do something in the Nation League?
First thing, military. You see, after we have up, I gotta make people afraid.
Shaman Nicholson up on the bench. Kemar Roof up on the bench. Who else? Latibodier up on the bench. That's a Joel Latibodier, new defender. Omar Hutchinson up on the bench.
Flemings
up on the bench.
Omar Bell
up on the bench. Maria up on the bench.
Cousins up on the bench.
Cousins up on the bench. Probably Maggie. People that have Maggie are Vassal.
Speedy up on the bench.
And who?
Speedy
up on the bench. Who else? Who else up front? I say come on Roof already. Left hand side, Jamal Lowe. Rolando Aarons up on the bench. They can't.
That's so much. The bench can't hold. That's what bench has still, but you know, players who would be out.
Corey Burke as well.
Why? What a baller we have.
Workaholic. But just saying still, if we had this team in the Nation League, I strongly believe that we could have done better. That is the reason why I said the only person standing between the Jamaica we feel in a team like this and the fans seeing a team like this is the JFF. That is the only thing in a way.
But Guna, are you saying the right thing? Is it the Nation League or the World Cup qualifier?
Even the World Cup qualifier.
No, to be honest, beyond the point of just Suriname game, we're not really going bad in the Nation League and the Mexico game. We're not really going bad because, I mean, from 3 games, 4
points.
5 points.
Yeah, man.
That's not bad.
All right. So me could dip into the U team now. Me could dip into the under 20 and pick out some baller. So we're gonna use the 7 developmental players, right? Which we take out the 7 out of the under 20 team now. So we have Clark. 2 Clark them, goalkeeper and striker. Badly Morgan. We still can get the 7 developmental players and out of the U team, who is in and around the senior team, And then go and learn and train.
Because we don't have the likes of Zimenez and Pearson, which train around them, so you can integrate them as well. So and then follow up with it. And then with the likes of Chad James, Burns and Nissin and Bignell and them Monday, you can probably draft them in as maybe not to make the full cut 23 or whatever, but to be around the national team whenever they have the window in terms of.
Okay, I can't take a question. Alright, this is a team we have up, is it? Yeah.
Look who me forgot to. DJ himself.
Oi.
Hello, good morning. Bless up. I can't call upon some different number, brother. Or VPN you have.
A bang line.
Oh.
No, but but what me say, me need to talk about cousins look well. Let me say, you can't just cousins by one game. Because me see cousins we think that game we take right now.
Me not judge me that one game.
Guna, talk because when I games are played. Talk because.
No, you never show you nothing with it, but you see when you come and pick up game like that, you can't judge no player in a kind of game. My last match we play again in Austria with US spin up.
But when in the same game them man and turn on, I wouldn't beat. The amount of people get beaten for that already. So
yeah, I'm not going to people get beaten. We spin up me get going to beaten people.
But me can't answer question.
Me I hear, man.
Yeah, you spin up me get a beat feet. Only person they come out of the game, some guy thing was Andrew Grace and Jamal Lowe. But only thing that I say still, me wouldn't judge him for that one game there. Because I still think if he like him, he'll give him more than grand.
Why make you say that?
Hey, me can't say something military.
Hold on, Afterlife. I hear, man.
You can't just watch. Because if you look at certain thing when you do in that game, like one time, in that first half, we miss him burst forward in that midfield. Then, I'm not the Grant to do anything. I give you anything. The Grant just.
All right.
The Grant is not good there,
I
think I'm going to have Grant in that team too, but in that side. But Grant is more like a defensive more type of player, move forward, just like in the one place, and just.
But that no.
We respect that about him still, but.
Guna, will closer to the mic, and people are saying man underwater.
More. I get more tackles.
That's something now.
As a defensive midfielder.
Alright, me can't answer a question, MJ.
Well, Afterlife, you're not here, you're not going to hear Afterlife.
Oh, okay, sorry.
Let me tell you, the truth is this, You see me, the performances of Mr. Frank Grant, I think Grant have shown that when he plays, he definitely knows and understands what it takes to play for the colours and also in all again the when play. You have a wealth of experience. You know so many people Grant Ninja play for which club team Ninja play for again? You Ninja play for one big team still.
Chelsea.
Chelsea. What me only said this.
Chelsea use some paper. Chelsea use some paper.
TikTok said Paul Hall no go player Johnson.
Chelsea need to play for man.
Yeah, man, Chelsea.
Yeah. I mean, I disagree with you about Grant. I disagree with not what you say about Grant. Because me think you should have a team. I disagree with you. You understand?
Who you have in the midfield as a steal?
You know, some of them, alright. You have to be a small player, I see. You know, some of them prefer a player like, you know, we don't like to see military. We don't prefer a player like Kevin Stewart as the teammate, but what would I like to see, really would I like to see in a Jamaica midfield? But I like to see Robin Morrison, Kevin Stewart, and Omar Hutchinson in a midfield.
Omar Hutchinson?
Yes.
But the truth is, he's not really ready for the level yet still now. I'm not going to say no good enough.
No, we don't know. Hey, we're not military. We're in the military. We can't say that, you know, because...
No, man. Let me tell you why I can't say. Let me tell you why I can't say. I have seen Omar Hutchinson. You know what Omar Hutchinson from the Arsenal under 14 set up.
Yeah.
I remember saying follow up. Me as an Arsenal supporter, I'm usually blogging for Arsenal as well. Omar Hutchinson, as good as he is, the top level in no reach there yet. The top level in no reach there yet. He still need maybe 1-2 more years, or maybe another year or so, to refine himself.
I know. Me not what you like. Me disagree with you on that. Because me believe if we have Omar Hutchinson and play beside Robin and Kevin Stewart, I believe that will be the ideal midfield for Jamaica. See the potential that you have.
Military.
But
you can get him in a good system.
But what I'm
not. But feel like Robin run him.
Exactly.
Feel like that will be
ideal midfield. This is what I tell you now, man. I'm gonna make it clear now. As fans, this is what we look on. We look on a player's talent and the potential we have. We look on his ceiling. And we automate that ceiling into him being the final product, that he can produce that at this time. No. For example, make a look on it now. So the boy is clear. Brighter was a boy and look good if you have 19 set up. But the truth is this, you know. We have viewed him, you know, based off of the type of player that he can become versus the type of player that he is right now. So Omar Hutchinson can become a top player. We cannot view him as a 25 or 26-year-old in a prime versus now at 18 when potential can do him right now. So put a Omar Hutchinson in a one team with a Liam Bailey. Look on it. If Liam Bailey, I'm not going to say my struggle, but if Liam Bailey, if you have getting a physical battle, Daniel Johnson, Ravel Morrison, if you are getting a physical battle, in and out, smart, quick thinking and then kind of something there. Him no reach us yet, man. Him need to have to go refine. Have to go refine a little bit more.
You know, me disagree with you with that. I see even goalkeeper we are look at William Boyster. I think maybe not going to be the number one keeper in that team, but I think based on what we have now as keeper, I believe that youth could have been a national team. You understand?
Yeah, it can be a part of the developmental 7.
Based on the keeper, them we say we pick. I believe maybe not going to be number one, but it could have been a part of the national program because, well, alright, say right now, you know, maybe based on it, alright. You see, based on what we see in command, in back down. You remember the other game with Mikali and Mitchell said, I feel that he's going to get captain for the team. You understand?
Yeah.
Based on what we do, I feel like that you should have been a part of the. I don't say I did number one keeper or number 2, but I feel like it should be a part of the senior team.
It can be a part of that, man. I agree with that.
You understand? But I know which youth military. You understand that people watch the youth here. But I believe that this youth here will name Tyler Roberts. You know, I believe this youth is going to be a wicked player.
Yes, he is. That is what I'm saying now. But, most people, you know, we're viewing the players of the potential that they can become, and we are putting that potential in how they are right now. Listen, there's a lot more things for him to learn, for him to understand, for him to master. So, for example, we could look on Shamar Nicholson. Look on the growth of Shaman Nicholson make in the last 6 months.
Yes.
Just by going on a different environment, on a different training, and you can see that big development. Now, we could initially before see the potential we have. And we have perceived the potential as the player that he is right now. It's just the same, as if you say you look on we are looking at Omar Hutchinson right now. And we are saying, boy, him better than that the man there. Same better than so we are saying better than Jamal Lowe then. So what's saying better than Jamal Lowe?
No, we are so far right.
No, alright. No, the reason I use Jamal Lowe as reference is because he play wide wing, I mean he's attacking midfielder. Let me say Ravel. Because the potential where Omar Hutchinson have, and we view the potential there, you will have people say him better than Ravel because of the potential we have. Not understanding that his potential has not fully blossomed as yet. He still live to learn many different things to football than just the potential he have.
That is true.
Yeah.
You understand what? Me not in the military. For me, I believe, you don't say this on me, but I believe that midfield would have been Omar Hutchinson, Ravel Morrison, and Kevin Stewart.
Alright. Colin Quest said Omar better than Speedy.
When I say you have a potential right now, and you can have Speedy like him up here.
Listen to this, you know.
But Guna, the question, where Omar Hutchinson player? Omar Hutchinson plays
attacking midfield. Omar Hutchinson plays attacking midfield and right forward. No, exactly. So that's what I talk about. Say we have viewed the players them based off of them potential what they can become and not really be alright. So when you say Omar Hutchinson better than Speedy, I'm 100% sure you can't put Omar Hutchinson at the central midfielder in the base of one team. I'm gonna ask TikTok, tell us you cannot put Omar Hutchinson there. First of all, Omar Hutchinson, once he won the ball, he want dribble. As he get the ball, he wants to dribble, he wants to run with the ball. Sometimes when they get on the hand, make them who better, who want that thing. That kind of cause a problem. Exactly. We don't want to talk about who better and who not better. We have to look at potential, because sometimes when we talk about anything, they just cause a kind of eruption. Yeah. Alright, so people have 3 more minutes to go.
Yeah, and Jamaica we are talking, we don't really want to put on a part where people start fucking and say, well, this one better than this one. We just have to say, right, you play their potential, and to me, I feel like that's not my opinion still in the military. Me can wrong, you understand?
Yeah, man, no problem with vice opinion.
Yeah. But me not going to say better speed, or better this one, or better that one, because that's it. Because Jamaica, whatever we are talking about, and we want Jamaica to do it. No matter if it's speedy, or even whatsoever. We have reason. Because people are with put on anything that be a cussing, everybody are cussing them when they die. You understand? I put up here again. Because remember in the military, you know something right now. Only Jamaica people put up Jamaican play against Jamaican play, otherwise.
No, because that's how we steer. All right, all right. Hold on, me go close off. Me go close off. This is me go show you something. Oh, the world we live now, how it's set up, right? Me go show you something. Me go read something so you can hear me. I say. And more want to tell me if I'm wrong. All right, yeah. People, me close off now, people. I do apologize because me just get a message and me have to go run up on the road. Me go read something to you. All right. So what I did, I made a post. This is the post that I made on my Instagram. I'm going to listen keenly. I made this post on my Instagram towards Christopher Pearson. This is the post. The stage is set. The doubters are waiting for your failure. No one knows your story like you do. Raise your head high. Lace up those boots with confidence and find that zeal within you to stake your claim. We believe in you. Now, when we make a post, the first thing I'm going to ask, if somebody PM if he said something here. That's how somebody asks me, if somebody PM me, if he ball a PM if he said something here. No, another one there. Zimini's one. And the Zimini's one. This is what I say. You are a unique talent, bro. Don't let the noise in the market distract you from your goal. Keep working hard. We believe in you. That's a message I'm sending to Zimini's. What I message I'm sending to him is, I want to know people say, some young players what about 17-year-old, 18-year-old what about. What talk. So me send a positive message to it. First thing the person say, did the players pay you to write that? That's the first thing the person say. If the players pay me for write that. And me find it strange. Me find it really, really strange. Because it seems as if we cannot motivate our own players unless them pay we, or we bias, or we have an agenda, or we have a narrative. I send out a motivative speech. I send out a motivated speech to Chad James, Christopher Pearson, and Tariq Zimenez. These are the 3 players that I send out the motivational speech to. People are asking me if I pay me to do it. But him do it specifically under the Tariq Zimenez one. And they say, them local baller here, when I hype up, when I good, we will dash out a team, and ladder da. And I said, fine. I understand your frustration about what the situation, and if you don't like the player, if you don't think the player is good enough. But for me, I am motivating a young man who is representing my country. I'm motivating a young man who can become a top player sometime in life. If you don't view him as becoming a top player, fine. If you don't view him that way, fine. I view them as young men who are potentially can become a top player. I believe in my team. I believe in these players. You might not, but you can't tell me how and what to believe in. You cannot do that. If you don't believe in them, if you think them this and them think them that, no problem. That's fine by you. For me, I believe in my young players. I believe in the players them. Every single one of them. The man them from Jamaica, the man them from over so, from anywhere. I believe in all of them. It doesn't matter what you want to say about how I think they are. I believe in them. So nobody now have to pay me no money to make it write the motivational speech. Why didn't they say the same thing when we comment on the Chad James one? Why didn't say that Chad James pay me for write the motivational speech? So obviously, it's a problem with those 2 players I realize that people have. And let me tell you, don't have problems with the players. Have problems with the JFF. Do not take out your frustration on the players. Take it out on JFF. If we continue beat down on these players, all right, fine. If you don't want to say me, I overhype them. If you don't believe that way there, no problem. What I said is, you are a good player. If he's never good, he couldn't in a national setup. If never good, he could not play for a Premier League team in Jamaica. And it does not take for when these players make a move to one team in Europe before you say, boy, I'm going to do something. People, let me tell you something. You might not know the situation. What if you don't know the players are going through? What if the reason why a player is having a bad time period is because he's having other issues other than football? We don't know. We don't know. So for me to come out publicly and encourage the players, do not attack me for it. Do not attack me for coming out publicly and encouraging the players to keep on fight on. Because when you encourage all the players, you encourage them to do good. And if you continue to beat down on all the players, by next few years, you won't even have anybody to beat down on. You know what they might do? They might just put robots in, just take out real people and put in robots in it. We don't have no access to, we don't have no no attachment to, and then now we could see our football. We could see our football are gonna play them time. JFF is the problem, not the players. So do not take out your frustration of JFF on the players. Please, I'm begging you. Do not take out your frustration that you have with JFF on the players. If you have problems with members of the JFF, take it out with them. Do not take it out on the players. Do not take, if the players are not play good, if the players are underperform, if the team itself underperform, don't take it out on the players. Take it out on the coach. Why? Ask the coach why I'm not pick a bad team. Ask the coach why I'm not put out the best system. Coach can angle that. Coach a big man, he might put food on the table. The players them might go home to their mother and father later. They are kids. They are kids. The system set up for them fail. The system set up for them fail, people. And the man must fight it through. The system set up for them fail, and the man must fight it through. They must try. If Jamaica they have a better footballing system of 100%, you see a lot more quality coming out of Jamaica. But as it stands at this moment, that is the reason why we need to get rid of JFF. This regime that is at JFF right now. We need to act together and work them out. It doesn't matter what we say right now and how we discourage the players them. As I say, yes, J-Raider, iRobots. People, many might disagree. I agree, many might disagree. I have no problem with that. But that is my stance. That is my stance. Big up, people. Thank you very much all for tuning in so early in the morning. Massive respect, people. Take your time out. Enjoy the rest of the day. I'm going to be doing an Instagram live soon. Yeah.
Me see a comment where somebody asked a pertinent something. You remember you asked JD still, but I think I missed that. I think it's Ariel McDonald.
Mm-hmm.
It have got stroll up the seat. Must bless up you and the family. Do you do a yearly membership or can I just pay for a year? I mean, if you want to adjust that still. Hopefully I watch same way before you come.
Which one I?
Ariel McDonald.
Ooh, so we can find it.
In the open comment section, say bless up. I ask if I do a yearly membership or I can just pay for a year.
It's monthly. It's monthly. I'm gonna move to yearly. I got a monthly membership right now, but I'm gonna move to the yearly to adjust those things. T-Dog said, I see Jamaicans post messy picture happy birthday and never post a shout out to a Jamaican baller. Yeah. Near Sovereign, big up Near Sovereign said, I agree with you. Don't fry the players in JFF oil. Lack of preparation, poor logistics, Concacaf misdeeds, and the Honduras pig pen are all issues independent of the players, which affects the result. I'm going to go that to the liar. I'm going to go that to the liar. Yeah, man. Because I'm military, I'm military. Go cause a liar. I'm not afraid of you. People need to go check out Neo channel now. It does all insights on the aspects of the bylaws of the JFF. They are working on some stuff. They are working on some stuff. They need to go and check out the channel. You get some very valuable information on that channel as well. Big up, people. Massive respect. And we'll see you guys again. As Neo said, do not fry the players in JFF oil. Fry JFF in a JFF oil. Big up, people. We'll see you guys again. And Errol just do the 1 month subscription. I'm going to upgrade it soon. Big up.